What's up, Bergen County? So prices are up, demand is pretty steady, but we are seeing some behavior from the buyers that's definitely worth talking about. This is your Bergen County monthly real estate market update. I'm Stacy Esser. Let's dive into the numbers. I have them right here. My microphone's a little crazy. Okay, let's talk about the first thing. So we basically are looking in Bergen County at essentially the same amount of units sold year to date in October. But actually, we have slightly less under contracts, but new listings are actually remaining sort of steady. So we're not seeing a big jump in new listings, but we're not seeing a big decline in new listings. What I want you all to keep watch out for is when our market kind of starts to mimic 2019, which is really like before COVID hit. And that's sort of the more balanced market. We're not there by far. We're not there. So we still don't have that surge of inventory, which probably means the sellers are still in control. So now let's talk about pricing momentum. So when we talk about pricing, we want to look at the average list price, the average sold price, and we want to look at the median sold price all right here. So we can see that the average list price is still rising. October 24 year to date, it was 954,000. Now we're up over a million and 69. The average sold price, not so concerned about that. Let's jump to the median sold price. So the median sold price is still rising. So the median sold price this time in October 24 was 769,000 right here. And you could see that right now it's jumped up to 850,000. So of course that means that the prices are rising. And why prices are rising? Essentially, we still don't have enough supply to meet demand. It's typically a supply and demand thing. So we continue to see pressure driving those prices up. And thing is, prices are always stickier to come down than they are to go up. All right. So buyer behavior. So for buyer behavior, we're going to take a look at two things. And this is where we're seeing some shifts in the market. First of all, we look at something called the ratios. The ratios are essentially how much a house is selling off of its original list price or its final list price. We know right now we have more price reductions than we had last year, and that's a steadily increasing number. With that said, 30% of all homes typically do price reduce. We just haven't been in the normal market, so we haven't seen that. We are seeing a little bit of a shift in this, and you can see this is the first chart where I'm showing you the pink number, which is 2025, is actually lower than the maroon number, which is 2024. So although you're still seeing a very robust market because you're still seeing on average houses selling at 100% of their list price, you are seeing a shift in the buyer behavior because the buyers are buying the houses for lower than they were last year. And by lower, I'm just talking about the ratio of where they sold. So whereas a house was selling for about 104% of its list price, now it's selling close to 103% of its list price. Again, it's not a lot, but it is some indication that the buyers are kind of like, what's up? Help me. I'm grabbing some control back. That's what's happening. The other big one that we've been talking about consistently on this market update that I do every month for you guys is also the days on the market. So we are seeing a jump in days on the market, so you're seeing in 2024, 29 units, 29 days rather, and in 2025, you're seeing 34 days on the market. Might not sound like a lot, but this is what happens. Slow and steady. We start to see list price to sale price spread, and we start to see days on the market get longer. And that's when a seller knows that they've got to adjust a price. We're definitely seeing more houses come off the market and come back on the market, which basically just means that the seller said, I want this price. And the buyer said, I don't think so. But either way, all of this, we're still seeing a very strong seller market. I went on, I don't know, 7 listing appointments in the last 2 weeks. So I know we have inventory coming. I'm not sure if that means that we're going to see more inventory for 2026 than we did for 2025. Sellers are still sitting with very, very comfortable mortgage rates. The mortgage rates that are coming down, and right now you can get a 30-year fixed in the high 5 range. Like, this is a big change for where we were last year, same time where rates were hovering around 7%. So not only does that mean that your buyers are going to want to jump in the market and be able to afford more, well, think about this. Most sellers are also buyers. So as the rates come down, most likely we're going to see more sellers saying, okay, I'm ready to go because I can go buy something and not lose my very, very, very unbelievably amazing mortgage rate. And that spread between their new mortgage rate and their existing mortgage rate is not so overwhelmingly upsetting for them. So that's where we are right now. My microphone is a little wonky. I'm sorry. I'm Stacy Esser and hope to see you guys at our event we're having. It's called Cars Court and Community. It's at the Fidel in Cresskill. It is going to be amazing. It's a food drive for the Center for Food Action. There'll be Vantage Auto is going to be there. We're going to be there. We have Brownstone Factory. We have Got a Guy. We also have Fort Lee Pizza. There's just going to be stuff for kids. It's going to be really, really cool. That's November 22nd. So I hope to see you guys there. More information, you can text us. Bye.